Alrighty guys, well this is what we're working on today. Back on this grapple truck here. Like I said, you've seen the other videos I got where I rebuilt the cylinders on this one. All the cylinders are still doing good. I don't know if I made a video on me changing the injector in this. We had one bad injector on this. Number 4 injector got bad, so I had to wind up putting a new injector in this one. So the problem I'm having now is definitely need to get a new air filter for sure, but I need to get this here off. Don't know if y'all can see it or not here, but the turbo is plumb shot on this thing, and I'm almost certain that that's the reason we're getting all the smoke like we're getting, because it ain't missing. Just pouring out black smoke, or white smoke, blue smoke as. But yeah, we're gonna get this here. We need to get this here off and get in there and get the turbo. I got a brand new turbo from Cat. That was $3,400. So we're definitely. I left this piece of metal up here. If you watch my other videos, this is how I get the injectors back in there. I take and push that down in there. I'll show you if I have to change. If I have to change an injector or another injector, I'll show you that there. But I know not our big crane truck that we just bought, but our older crane, we don't use it that much anymore, but it wound up breaking down on us up there. Well, not really breaking down, just smoking real bad, cutting out real bad. And I thought maybe it was sucking air, so I put a brand new fuel line on there, and run from a tank to there, and still doing the same exact thing. So it's definitely got a dead cylinder in it, so I definitely got to get that so I can work on that. But at the meantime, I'm gonna get my tools over here, and we're gonna take this box here off and start pulling this turbo. Alrighty, now y'all can see a little bit better here as far as the turbo. If I can get this thing to focus. I don't think it's gonna focus it, but you can hear it's plumb shot. So definitely got to fix that. Let's see if I can get y'all up here to kind of see what's going on. This is I should have told you exactly what it was. This is a C7 Acer Cat engine, and we had pretty decent luck out of it so far, but with this here like it is now, really ain't had that good a luck out of it. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my tools. I mean, that is, man, plumb shot. I'm gonna try to go a little bit more in depth on some of my videos here. I know sometimes I start them and stop them, So, okay. Might have to wind up. I have to wind up getting a wrench on that. I don't even really like the way that clamps on there, but I'm about to grab a ratchet wrench. I'm going to buy me a bunch of more ratchet wrenches. I don't know if mine's grew legs and walked off, or what the hell exactly happened. But this also on this truck here, the guy bypassed the heater core, and it's getting to be cold outside, so I know for sure I'm definitely going to have to wind up fixing the heater core on it. The strange thing about this is it almost looks like somebody has can't actually say, put a turbo. I mean, they could have put a turbo on it before, I don't really know, but it always looked like this front piece was newer than everything else on the truck. It's real shiny, like they like somebody, you know, the way this pipe piece here is, it's almost like somebody put this front piece to the turbo on there. I don't know if it got broke or exactly what the problem was, but I know that somebody has definitely changed that. The good thing is I'm not seeing no oil in this, so this looks pretty good. Not seeing no oil down inside there, so I mean that is a good sign that it wasn't, you know, it wasn't sucking no oil out of there. Maybe I caught it. Maybe I caught it just in time. I don't know. I went ahead and bought new gaskets, new bolts. I wanted to buy everything for it. Put this little ring thing here. We'll get this off. There's a little bit of oil down inside there. You guys can see here where it's been. You can see there where it's been. That is all. Every bit of that is scarred up. This turbo is. Whew. I mean that turbo. Look at that turbo. Like something definitely. Something definitely went through that. Definitely went through that turbo. I don't know what, but that turbo is chewed up ungodly. That's scary. I'm just kind of wondering. I probably need to check that. I don't see no metal. I don't see no metal down inside there, but maybe a couple pieces of aluminum. But definitely, I ain't seen maybe a tad bit of aluminum, but I mean, hell, it had to go somewhere, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if it chewed up that turbo that bad, man, that's bad shape. And it definitely did a number on that thing. There's a bunch of little bitty pieces of metal there. Like I said, we might need to wind up looking around and trying to find us another engine for this thing, because I don't think this in here is going to last much longer. As far as just, man, that is a lot of metal. A lot of metal inside there. I think the one on the back here is a little bit bigger. I think it's a, maybe not. There we go. But all these here are all 11 millimeters. But the crane truck got it's got the same exact motor. It's got a C7 Acer in it, and I was gonna bring it home, and I parked it at a buddy of mine's shop up there, and like I said, I was gonna just drive it on home this morning, and it was just missing, and it started kind of getting warm, and I was just like, I don't want to chance it. There wasn't a whole lot of traffic, but then again, if that thing died on us, it'd fucking take us forever to get that thing, you know, get it tow built and on and on and on and on. So I just said, to hell with it. I just dropped it off there. I just dropped it off at Dad's shop there on the way home, where all the tree stuff stays anyways. I dropped it off there, and I'll just go work on it there. I mean, he's got a shop same size as mine, but theirs is just like, they got one of those like metal, like one of those big metal carport things, but it's a 30 by 60, 30 by 50, I think. Yeah, 30 by 50. And that exhaust pipe housing is plumb full of oil. I mean, the whole thing's covered in oil. Make sure, yeah, plumb full of oil. So try the back side of the turbo here. Yeah. Well, that thing's bore plumb out, so you can see all the oil there. I'm gonna take and go ahead and grab some more sockets here. Let's see what is on the bottom here. I wanna. Let's make sure here. All you got on the hose part here is you just got a little bitty hose. There's a little bitty hose to take a little clamp down there off. That's just for the wastegate on the turbo. Where the hell did I do my sockets? Oh, on the turn here. But I was hoping on the crane. I really wanted to pull the valve covers off to check the wiring harness and the injectors and stuff, and see what's going on, because that's really the only way I can check these injectors on these cats, is because it costs a lot of money for the cat, you know, the cat software and this and that. And if I worked on them a lot more than what I do, I could understand. In which I have a laptop and stuff, but I'm seriously thinking about trying to get Cat ET, get it downloaded, and just so I can kind of communicate with these. And if you get that there, and you work on maybe 4 or 5 of these trucks a year, the software will pay for itself as far as the bill, because I had to have one of these, and I had to have one of these injectors in here programmed, because on these C7s, to get the injector, you got to have it programmed. So to get it programmed, I had to call a buddy of mine that's got, you know, he's got the software and all that stuff for these cats, because he works on cats all the time. So I had him come here, and like I said, it wasn't cheap. It was like it's $450 just for him to program that one injector. I mean, I thought that was expensive, but at the same time, fuck, I had to have it done. So what do, you know? It's like, are you gonna take it to Cat and let it sit there at Cat for a couple months? One bolt here in the back is always kind of a pain. I done broke it free. See if we can get it all the way out now. Maybe. Trying to touch that fucking turbo right there, because them fins are sharp. Very sharp. It wants to come out, but it ain't came out yet. I was hoping I could have got an aftermarket turbo, but that didn't work out. Couldn't even find one. Can't even get one. I think that neck is leaking or something. This damn grapple truck here, it's an older one, and don't get me wrong, it costs money to keep it running, but when it's running this much, it makes good money. Makes good money, it's fast. But when it ain't running, it's like a damn problem child. And there's just like an O-ring down here in the bottom that sits down in there, and on that O-ring there, I probably will on that O-ring there, I'll probably just take and I'll pop it back up, because I've already bought another one. I'm gonna go ahead and get some tools for this and get some tools for that, and I'll start taking the rest of the lines here off. Get this thing not to fall down on me here. to get me one like a magnet or something. See if it'll do it. Anyways, this one line here's a 13/16. I done broke it free, and the bolts on the turbo are 15s. You don't have to take the line all the way off. I am, just because I'm getting it out of my way. It'll make it a hell of a lot easier to get it out. The only thing not really the only thing I like, but the really thing I like about working with cats is fucking everything they got. It's got the part number right on there, perfect. You call a cat, give them that number, and you can fucking get right there what you need, no problem at all. That's really the only thing I can honestly say good about the cat stuff. It worked. I mean, I'm sure some people on there is gonna hound me on that, but it's like, man, you can just really get any thing you need. And I probably didn't need to get new bolts for this. I probably could have used these, but these been on for a long time, and I just like, you know what, I'm just gonna get new bolts too, just so I ain't gotta worry about it. It's done with. It don't matter if you drop it on the ground like I just did that one. The fucking hardest one to get to is this one back here, just because of where it's at. My brother, he said, hell, I think I should just, he said, I need to buy a stock and fucking cat as much as I have to work on this stuff, or as much money as I spend on them, but I tell him, I said, so well, I was like, well, what do you want to do? You want to spend $150,000 or $250,000 on a new grapple truck, or you want to buy used ones you got to put a little money into sometimes? He said, well, I mean, I guess you're right. Gotta get a different wrench. Like I was telling you, this one here is, to get to this one back here, it's always the hardest one to get to. If that one line really wasn't there, I honestly think I'd be just fine. But I got it on there now. So got it on here now, so just gotta keep working. Just put your hands up and around through there. I was gonna pull it in the shop so I didn't have to work on it outside here, but that's just part of it. I didn't want to start it up and get the damn thing hot, so go ahead and finish taking these other bolts here out, get a couple more tools, and then, and like I said, it don't matter if you drop it, I'll be able to pick them right back up anyways. Got my pliers here. Take off this one little line. If you can't get to it from here, it's got enough slack in it that whenever you it's got enough slack in it to where whenever you're done, whenever you get the turbo off from the flange, it will you can take and definitely you can remove it off of there. See, I think I've almost got it here. I got it off there now, so when I get the turbo off here, I'll just move the flange. I'll get the turbo off the flange. That's what I'll do. Like I said, the nuts, I don't worry about catching them, because like I said, I pull it right off of there and you got it. Okay, like I was saying, down here on the bottom, Might have to wind up taking it off right there. That tube on the bottom. I thought I was going to have to, but I didn't know for sure. And I'm almost certain I got the gasket for it. If I don't, I'm sure I can probably call Cummins and get another one. Not Cummins, sorry, Cat. Like I said, I couldn't remember. It's been a while since I've changed one of these. Sometimes you can get by with just what in the fuck is that? Why don't y'all check this out, guys? Look at this. Look at that snap ring. I bet you that's part of that turbo, and that went down inside there. So I'm gonna have to fucking change oil in this truck again. Wow. This is just an O-ring on this one. I thought it would have been a gasket, but it's just an O-ring. Oh, what was that? Something fell. Probably just the bolt. Yeah. It's probably just the bolt there. So now we'll go ahead and pull this turbo and rest the way off. Like I was saying about the little hose back there for the wastegate. Once you get it down here, like I said, I had it already almost off. Just break it off there freely, just like I just did. And there it goes. It'll pop right off there, and you can take it right out of there. So let's get it over here on the let's get it over on the service truck real quick. That way y'all can really see it. I didn't get home till like 9:30 last night. That's why my service truck's sitting outside. My shop in the background, don't pay attention how dirty it is. That's just from my boy. He likes to be outside playing, so. But yeah, it is plumb shot. I'm gonna try to rebuild this turbo here just to keep it, because like I said, we got two of these trucks. I'm gonna try and get the rebuild kit for this. But yeah, I can't believe this fucking thing ain't made any power. As wore out as that is. I mean, I got oil. Y'all can see the oil just dripping out of there. So I'll show y'all what the new turbo. I got the new turbo in the box. If you guys want to see here, this is the part number on the turbo. So if you need to get the part number, there it is. This is the whole complete turbo. This is not a reman turbo. This is going to be a brand new turbo. I tried to get a reman turbo and I couldn't get one. He said he could get it, and then he called me back about 30 minutes later and said, hey, he says, I can't get that. I can't get a reman turbo. Cat discontinued it or some shit. I don't know. But here it is, brand new. brand spanking new one. I'll see a turbo there. Got a little bit of play in this turbo for being fucking being brand new turbo. That's something it shouldn't have no play in that turbo. I mean, that turbo should be solid. I wouldn't think that thing would have no play in that turbo. I mean, I know it's got to have some play in it, but that turbo shouldn't have it. Shouldn't have no play in it like that. Oh, that's gonna got me fucking worried now. Guess I have to keep an eye on it, see what it does. But let me get, like I said, let me get the. I gotta pull this little plug here out of this turbo. Couple of little pieces on there, and get it all bolted up in there. So let me get this plug put in here. It ain't nothing but just pull the plug out of this one, pull the plug out of that one, put the plug in this one, and then we can bolt this one back up. Okay, guys. Here's a new gasket for the manifold gasket here. And like I said, here it is. And the part number on this one here is, let's see here. There's our customer number. I'm pretty sure it's this right here. It's a AF 7C7431 is the gasket number on that there. I'm going to grab a little bit. I'm gonna regret some anti-seize. And I ain't saying the anti-seize is, it's probably gonna burn right off, but I like to put it on there anyways. Gives me a, I don't know, kind of gives me a little bit of peace of mind, really. So remove this little black piece here. That's just for the wastegate part, and go ahead and pick it up on there. Hang on before I do that. These are. There's a new O-ring piece that I bought for that tube. And here's the new bolts here. So I'll make sure I get one of my bolts ready so when I do slide it up on there, I got a brand new bolt there. Or a brand new nut anyways. Got the one on the back there, and once I get them on there, should be good to go as far as that. Get all of them out of the bag here. And these are just regular lock nuts. And if anybody wants to get the part number off these here, I can try to leave a description in the below to let everybody know what kind that it is. But yeah, like I said, it gives me a little bit of peace of mind whenever I put just a little bit of anti-seize on there, anti-seize on them, and that way you don't have to worry about it. This stuff right here, it gets everywhere, so I just, like I said, just like to put a little bit on there. Gives me a little peace of mind. It may work, it may not work. I don't know. I like to put it on there. Because if these damn things, they break off there, they wind up changing a manifold and all that kind of good shit. Like I had a turbo, a starter, a manifold. Guy had all kinds of stuff for sale on Marketplace. And he said that he said on the truck the injectors went bad and he didn't want to take and wound up spending like $3,000 or $4,000, probably like $4,000 or $5,000 on injectors. Really, he said he didn't want to spend the money on it, so he just decided to just park the motor out. And he only wanted like $150 for the starter, the turbo, the manifold, and something else. So my brother called him, and he said that, oh, I'm just waiting on this guy. I'm just waiting to see if this guy's going to come on Friday. He said he'd be here on Friday. But I'm just like, why in the hell would you want to wait? From, you know, this is on a Tuesday. I'm just like, why would you want to wait that long just to see if a guy's going to if a guy's going to come or not? When you got a guy that's right here with money, you know, got the money right here, then come pick him up right now. Some people don't understand. I understand sometimes holding some things, but sometimes, you know, it's a little bit pushing it there, really. Okay, got it on there. This back one here is a little bit tricky sometimes. And just kind of tighten these up here. I kind of tighten these here up. Kind of get that one snug, and then I'll come back here on the back side and get this one here as well. If you take off this cover on the front here, I'm trying to get by without doing it, but sometimes you get it, they're tight, and you got to take and have the if you get this piece here out of your way, it makes it a whole lot better to get to it. But I like to kind of go crossways with these. And try not to over tighten them. But I got that one there tight, and then I'll come back up here to this one. Get that one snugged up. Then we'll come back over to this one. And then I'll run this thing a little while. You probably don't have to check it. I mean, I'd say you would be just fine as far as if it were to come loose on you. I don't think that it would, but on Dad and them's here, I'm just gonna check it. I'm gonna check just to make sure that the bolts are they're gonna stay tight. But usually if you get them good and tight, usually you don't have nothing to worry about. And trust me, I'm sure Cat does got a torque spec on it, but at the same time, how in the hell are you going to get your torque wrench? You know, how would you get in here and get a torque ratchet on these? So that's why you just get them as tight as you can get them. You shouldn't have to worry about you shouldn't have to worry about nothing else. You'll be just fine. Now we got all them tightened up. It's a good time now to go ahead and put this little wastegate piece for the turbo here. Go ahead and put it back on. Just like that. Get my pair of pliers here. I had a small pair of Genelux and I don't know what the hell I did with them. Well, I guess I gotta flake these big ones down inside here. They work pretty good. So we got that there done. Got that squared away. We will have to wind up moving this. Everyone always have to do it. That's what I was telling y'all. That's what I was telling y'all as far as is sometimes you can just get that out of your way. Just take it off and it makes sure you can get to that back bolt a little easier. Sometimes if you need to get a little bit more space, you can do it that way. I think I got y'all turned a little wrong. Just turn there a little bit and kind of get it. Sometimes it takes a pretty good bit. I thought I had it enough here, but that's not. Just kind of get it about really where I need it to be at. About like that there. So, okay. So about like that there I'll have it. But what I like to do is I like to get this up here out of my way, and it makes it to where I can get down there on that end down there better. I did get a new O-ring somewhere right here. I did get a new O-ring to go right inside that one. And pop this one out. Just like that. Damn, that thing was brittle. I'm gonna go grab some starting fluid and I'm gonna clean the inside of this tube out real good. Alright, so we'll go ahead and put the new O-ring on there, and go ahead and get the bolt in down here at the bottom. And that's what I was saying about as far as that's what I was saying about as far as turning that piece there up. You've got to unloosen it anyways to get it moved. So that's what I was saying. It's better off just to push it up there out of your way, and you ain't got to worry about it. And then just get that one bolt there started. There's two there. There's one on the ground I picked up. Here it is right here. And these down here, just kind of go ahead and get them started. Just like that. And then again on the anti-seize, I like putting a little anti-seize on these because these are going right back into the turbo on the bottom base there. So they're never really going to get any really never going to get any oil lubed to them. So this is the new gasket. And just make sure it's the same. Just make sure it's the same as this one here. And just put it up in there. And it's got a flat side and it's got a flat side and an oval side. What I like to do is I like to put the oval side. I put the oval side down, and I might be doing it wrong. I don't know. Just the way that's just the way every time I've taken them off, that's the way they've been. So that's the way I put them back. Just get that one started finger tight, and Do this one here the exact same way. Finger tight there on that one. And then just make sure that you get your gasket. Make sure you get your gasket where your gasket needs to go at and you get it lined up. So once you get it lined up, you can screw it right back up in there. Because if you ain't got it in that gasket just right, it's not going to go in there where it needs to go at. Once you get your boat started there, you got it. These are going to be these. These are going to be these 13s. I always just put an extension on the deep wheel socket to where you can just turn it and you'll get it all the way up in there pretty snug as far as how you need it to be. Oh, there's my boy needing something, so then once you get it in there how you want it, just I like using a 1/4 inch drive because of this 1/4 inch drive. I feel like I get it good and tight and I don't over tighten it. So that's what I like about this 1/4 inch drive. Hopefully about another 20 minutes or so we'll have this thing going. Hoping anyways. That there. Then after you get them right there tight, just go back down here on the bottom side and tighten up the bottom side again. Make sure you just get them snug. They ain't gotta be super tight. It's nothing that's pressurized. It's just where the oil drains, but the oil will, if you don't get it somewhat tight, the oil will drain itself on out there. So get them tight, and then I'll go ahead and get my other line here put on there, and we should have it. Just go ahead and put your oil line, put your oil feed line back on. Get it back tight. That'll be good. The best thing to do is when you're doing this right here is to pour a little bit of oil in there. I'm gonna grab me some. Just put a little bit. Most people are probably gonna say, well, it's just gonna run straight through the turbo and then run down into the thing. But if you spill some, that's fine. The only reason I'm doing this is just because the way I look at it is, I don't know how long that turbo has been sitting on the shelf. Yes, it's in a bag, and yes, it has oil and everything all over it, but at the same time, I don't want to dry start this turbo. I want to make sure it's got plenty of oil in it before I I want to make sure it's got a little bit of oil in it before I take and you know, start this thing up. I know I spilt some on there, but that's okay. Like I said, I'll get this thing back on there where I had it at. But that's fine. I'll take some starting fluid and I'll spray all that off here in just a minute. Kind of get it where I want it. Just make sure it's not touching nothing. That's kind of the main thing you just got to worry about. Get this in here back tight. And then just come over here and get this one tight. You see now there's another reason why what I was saying about as far as taking this front piece off here, it just gives you a little bit more room to mess with it. Make sure you get this one tight, not over tight, but just tighten it, because you don't want it to come off or loose. Get oil already turbo. Next thing you know, your damn truck's on fire. Then, like I said, once you get that kind of where you want it at, I'll loosen this ring and bring this ring on around. And the reason I'm telling you to bring this on around is just so you'll be able to tighten that thing up. You'll be able to tighten it up pretty easy. And then get this here. This should be almost when you put this back on there, it should almost be it should be pretty close to the frame, not touching it, but it should be pretty close to the frame. And that way it kind of goes straight the way that whoever else put it on. That's what I'm saying, that other turbo there, I mean, I wouldn't think somebody had already put a turbo on this truck once in this lifetime. There very well, man, it could be. I mean, you know how it is, people suck dirty ass air up inside of them and stuff. And I mean, we got it's full of sawdust now, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a new one on there when I get it. I go around the parts place today anyway, so. Make sure you get it good and tight, because if you want it to blow it right off there. Don't ask me how I know, I just know. And then just get this back here about finger tight here, about like this right here. Torque it. Alrighty, this is done. Just double check everything you did. That's all tight. That's all tight there, and we should be ready to fire this thing up. Like I said, I'm gonna get the breather. I might go ahead and get me another breather for it while I'm out, just because that one there, it's pretty damn dirty. But I gotta stick it back on here anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and stick it back on there, and I'll run up there to the parts place, and I'll go ahead and I'll get another one for it. So go ahead, we're just gonna stick it. There it goes. Now we got it on there. Plus this breather thing, it ain't got but one bolt on it anyways. So we're gonna put another. Tighten it there like that. Get that good tight like that. So now we got that done. Get my phone over here, and we got to tighten that one more down the bottom. I almost forgot. We're going to get that back tightened up. I want to say that's going to be it could be a 10, but I think it's an 8. Oh, guess what? Duh. I got in a hurry and almost messed up big time. Well, I didn't really mess up big time, but let me see here. I might be able to get that. I forgot the damn exhaust. I'm trying to get to where y'all can see it. I forgot to put the damn exhaust pipe back on there. Now this is going to be right in my way. That's going to be better off. It takes 2 seconds to pull this box off. It's easier just to do this. Pull it out of my way. Get right here at it. Sometimes you can fight it and fight it and fight it, and then sometimes it's like it's best just say the hell with it and just move something out of your way. Just move it plumb out of your way, and then you ain't even got to worry about it. Oh, but like I was saying, when we bought this truck, the guy had bypassed the heater core, so I know cold weather's coming on, and I know that my brother, I know he's gonna say we need to hurry and get that. We're going to get that heater core fixed in this thing, because in the wintertime we usually don't stop. We just keep on working. Here. Alright, now we got that tight. I'm gonna get my feet. Okay, so we got that tight now. make sure everything's out of the way here, and we'll go ahead and fire this thing up. It's probably still gonna smoke just for a minute, just because of the simple fact that it's gonna have oil on. It's still gonna have oil inside the exhaust pipe. I'm gonna get a new air filter here, like I said, shortly. I gotta run up there and get me one. Yeah, everything seems to be doing good. Sounds good. Runs good. Everything seems to be doing good, guys. So get all my tools and everything picked up here, and maybe take this thing down the road here. So ain't a very long video on this one. But what I might do is I might go ahead and I might try to get over into the shop, and like I said, I see a little bit of coolant leaking here, and I think it's coming from this. I think the coolant's coming from right here at this hose. I'm going to check that. And also I got down here on the block, right here close to where the water pump is, I got a gasket leaking down there. I might go ahead and fix that as well. Might make a video on that. Just because I got the truck, I might as well go ahead and fix everything that needs to be done before we put it right back to work. So if I don't get that on this video, I'll get it on the I might make a video on it, I might not. It just depends on how busy I got a bunch of other stuff I got to get worked on today as well. So as always, again, thanks for watching, guys.